Hi, everyone. This is Kokeb, and welcome back to Reflex Integration Through Play podcast. This week is extra special because we are sharing a parent story with you. We always talk about what we can do as a therapist and what kind of intervention to do, what works, what doesn't work, but nothing beats firsthand experience and hearing it from the parent. So for this week, we have a special guest here for you, and we will hear from the parents who've been working with our RITP certified provider and have seen firsthand just what this work can do for their child. I'm excited and I can't wait for you to hear their experience. So let's jump in.
Sarah, thanks for joining us. I was wondering if you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your child.
My name is Sarah Wen, and I am the mother to a 4.5-year-old Robert Wen. He is a wonderful, curious, rambunctious young man, and I'm very proud to be his mom.
Okay, great. So before starting with the Reflex Integration Through Play therapist, certified therapist, what were some of the challenges your child was facing, either at home, school, or socially?
That's a great question. My son struggled in school with following the group plan and emotional regulation, both inside and outside of the classroom. He also was born with a torticollis, which then led to some plagiocephaly and just some delays in motor planning as well as weak muscle tone in the lower half of his body. And so it made a lot of the daily routines very challenging, and it really did impact his confidence and his outgoingness. He is a very outgoing person, but he was he became really went into a shell when he was really struggling with his motor planning.
Okay. Can you describe a little bit more of your son's condition for those that don't know what that diagnosis is?
Yeah, so motor planning showed up in my son's way of being in that he didn't want to do activities in which he couldn't anticipate or know what the sensation was going to be or how his body would react. And so that would cause a lot of upset and apprehension and emotional dysregulation. So, for instance, he was very tactile sensitive, like wouldn't want to play with foam, didn't want to sit on a certain rug or a log because he didn't know how that would feel in his body, how he should sit. So our son really struggled with being inside and outside of the classroom.
Okay. Okay. So, how did those challenges affect your daily life as a parent with your family as a whole?
Yeah, we had a lot of meltdowns, a lot of tough social interactions for Robert when it came to how it impacted our family. We wanted to really get Robert out there and have a great day and go to school and connect with peers, but Robert really couldn't because
Mhm.
he didn't know how to predict how things were going to go inside his body, outside his body, with his peers, with his teachers. I would say he didn't have emotional safety because he didn't know if he was physically safe. And he really became not a confident young man. And we really wanted to make sure that he could become a confident young man.
And does Robert have siblings?
No, that's a great question. He does not have any siblings. We are a
Okay.
family that decided one is perfect for us.
So, did you have any concerns or hesitations before working with a RITP therapist?
Yeah, I was like, "Is this? This is wild." Because I was ignorant, I was very apprehensive to work with an RITP therapist, but I'm glad I did.
And so, what made you decide to go that route?
my son goes to a wonderful school that also has a child development team. And one of the TE members is an OT, and she mentioned, hey, I noticed that Robert's reflexes in this way and this another way and a whole bunch of ways may not have fully integrated into his body because of the way that he was born and what he has had to endure henceforth. And so once the therapist explained to me what RITP is, I was fully bought in because it made a lot of sense in how it manifested in my son's body.
Okay. And so how long now has he been seeing a therapist?
1 year.
1 year. Okay. And is that 1 year of RITP?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually a great question. We've been seeing her for 2 years, but it's been 1 year of RITP.
Okay. So what stood out to you the most about your therapist's approach?
I really appreciated how thoughtful she was in Robert's goals of being able to self-regulate as well as build confidence, but also how it manifests in his body, like crossing midline, building core strength, as well as other parts of gross motor skill development too.
Okay. So how did your child respond to the play-based activities and exercises that the therapist did with you?
He loved them because my son really loved those exercises because the therapist made it really fun. My son came out of the womb obsessed with cars, toy cars, anything with a vehicle. And so she really did a fantastic job in building out programming that included toy cars or toy tractors or stickers with trucks or colors of different cars. So it was really fun for my son.
Fantastic. Sounds like you had a great therapist.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And did you have access to the app? Did you
Yes.
use the app? Okay.
We loved the app.
Okay. And how did that make a difference since before having the app and following up on exercises between sessions?
It made doing the exercises so much easier. I think if I were to do them independently without the app, I think it would have drawn on too long. When we were doing it, I think I would have done it incorrectly. It really helped us get those exercises done correctly and provided a sense of motivation for my son.
Okay. And so was he watching the videos with you and doing them along?
It depended on the exercise. So one exercise, a couple of different exercises we would watch and then we would do together. So we would first watch the videos and then do together. And then some of the exercises we would do together while the video was playing so that it was able to keep count for us because a lot of time it fell after school and work in my case, and we were both tired and did not want to do all the counting. So it made it a lot easier.
Absolutely. It's pretty hard to implement something else at the end of the day. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
So you
yeah,
felt that the app really helped with that.
yes, yes.
Okay, fantastic. How many times a week approximately would you say that you were implementing the exercises outside of your time with the therapist?
4 to 5 times a week, and I learned different ways as time went on to build them into our routine. For instance, when we were reading together before bed, he would do some finger exercises, or if there was a couple of like core strengthening exercises where he had to pretend to be a car, and so we would do it down the hallway before bedtime and see how quickly he could go. So as time went on, we were able to make it even more integrated into our routine.
Fantastic. Sounds like you did a really good job of that.
It's my son, and he deserves every opportunity. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing things correctly. And the app really helped me get there.
Okay. And did you find he had any reluctance when you were starting the exercises? Was he thinking, "Oh, okay, I got to do this now," or how did he react?
He did struggle in the beginning because some of the exercises he couldn't complete. And so because of that motor planning delay and because he was feeling low in confidence and was having a difficult time self-regulating, he really struggled. So we did a sticker chart and I tried to create more tailored car exercises with the help of our therapist so that he could be motivated. Once he was able to do them or gain even a little bit of progress, it just started to shift for my son.
Oh, fantastic. And so what would you say from the time of starting the exercise to him feeling like, "Okay, I can do this. Let's do this." How long was that time period, would you estimate?
Oh, yeah. I think maybe 3 weeks, so maybe 15 times of doing those exercises, then it became really great and easy. But it really needed to be the combination of the exercises so that he could gain other points of strength and see other successes. Some of them he could do, but everything became that he could do them really well once everything fell into place for him.
Okay, fantastic. Great to hear. Were there any noticeable turning points or aha moments that you had during the therapy process?
I think that this idea that you can combine these exercises into your daily routine is was monumental, I think. I was like, "Oh, every night I need 20 to 30 minutes, 15 to 20, 30 minutes, depending on the day, for these exercises." But once I realized, "Oh, maybe we just need 8 to 10 to do the ones that we need focus on and needed the most guidance," then life became a lot more exciting and easier, and it was a big, very cool realization.
Okay. So how did that make you feel overall?
Excited. I really liked this idea that these are just things that we can do to help my son become the best version of himself, which we want for any human being.
Mm.
And so watching him flourish and grow and become more confident and independent, really independent, has been really beautiful. In the course of this time working with our RITP therapist, he has been able to learn how to ride a two-wheel bicycle, not a balance bike, but a bicycle. He's been able to transition to going into his bed and sleeping on his own. He is very into putting on his own clothes, very set in his routine and in his independence, and he has not been afraid to try new things. So, for instance, I got very nervous that he was going to have a few meltdowns going to different summer camps this summer, but he had a great time and he showed so much confidence. And I think it was because of all of the integration that has gone on into his body. He's just a whole new person, as his therapist says, as well as my husband and I say, his dad says.
Oh, that's really exciting. We're thrilled to hear that. So, if I can ask you a little bit more specifics. So, emotionally, how did things change for him?
There's not a lot of meltdowns anymore. Emotionally, my son has become more mature, more curious. He was already a very curious young man, but now he has the confidence to be more curious. He is a delight to be around because he's able to regulate his emotions and he is wanting to try all sorts of new things. And that's really exciting.
Fantastic. And physically, can you give me more details on what's changed there?
He is getting so much stronger. And it's incredible to see. In the past, he hasn't been able to do certain things like the crab walk or a bridge or hold on to a monkey bar or do a sit-up, and now he does them. And that is so amazing to see because he is not feeling left behind compared to his peers, and that is beautiful.
So that sort of adds to the social piece because I was going to ask you socially how have things changed.
He is so busy. He's got so many friends he wants to connect with. And that is really fun for me because I love getting out there and watching him on the playground with his friends or having them over or us going over to his friend's house. He's willing to share, to try new things, to think about what his friend wants to do and try it. And that's very exciting.
Awesome. And I know he's pretty young, but academically, have you seen any differences?
Yeah, this is a really strange thing, but we've noticed that he stays on topic a little bit more. Before it was kind of his therapist and I would joke, but it's like catching a bubble. Like, where is Robert going with this? But he is now able to like follow through with a conversation, follow through with a lesson, and his focus is incredible. It's more sustained. So I think it's just going to continue to grow.
Okay. So would you say holistically then that he's advanced?
Yes, 100%. He's a
Oh,
different person. He has grown tremendously in the
okay.
past year.
And how has that changed your family dynamics?
So pleasant. It is like, I hate to say this, but it's so idyllic. It is,
Oh,
I know, it is so fun. It is wonderful to have a peaceful home that is full of love and activities and joy that my son likes to do with us and that we like to do with him. So we're just kind of in our family time era. It is a beautiful time.
that's so awesome to hear because that's always the result is how are things in
Yeah.
general, right? Oh, that's good to hear. Okay. Have you received any feedback from other teachers, professionals, or just family or neighbors about changes that they've noticed in your son?
Yeah, a lot of folks say that he's just a confident person now. That's really beautiful that he's no longer stuck inside and doing things that he was comfortable doing. Now he's able to push beyond, and his grandparents have noticed, his peers' moms and dads have noticed, their grown-ups have noticed. His teachers are just super funny. They just get a kick out of how much he's grown. They're like, "I can't believe it." And just watching how much he's become into his own has been something his teachers have marveled in, and we agree. It's been really
Oh,
something special.
that's really fantastic.
Yeah.
And how would you rate your own stress level or parenting experience since your son's been through the RITP therapy?
It has decreased. I was noting that my stress has decreased to a lot of my friends and my family members. It was really tough for a long time, and I couldn't really focus on myself, making sure that I'm well. Like, we were all in an unhealthy cycle and of stress, and now it's kind of dissipating. Granted, it is 2025. I work full time, my husband works full time, so we're all
Hmm.
carrying a lot, but our child is not a source of stress for us, and that's great.
Wow. Okay. So, what would you say to another parent who was considering RITP for their child but wasn't sure yet? What would you say to them?
Why not? Just go and do it. RITP has made it really easy for you to do the things that you can do to help your child be their best self, and it is worth it. Look at my son.
So, if you could describe your child's transformation in 3 words, what would you choose?
Curious, confident, and strong.
Okay, great. And I guess the last thing I want to ask is, would you recommend working with an RITP certified therapist? And I know you've said yes, but can you be more specific about why in particular?
Yeah, I would recommend working with an RITP certified therapist because Robert, my son, when he reached mastery of certain activities, exercises, the therapist was able to guide us into what should be next based on current goals or emerging goals for my son's gross motor and social emotional well-being.
Okay, great. So is there anything else you'd like to say about your whole experience, your family's experience related to RITP?
It's been great. So thank you very much.
Before we wrap up, if you're looking for a program that is more holistic, that teaches not only the academic and the theory, but teaches you how to implement, problem solve, and also work in a community and continue to work your clinical skill and grow your business. In the meantime, make sure that you check out the link below to learn more about the RITP certification program. See you next time.